for class tonight, you'll need a chair for the first few minutes to start, and then a mat on the floor with a little bit of room around it. If you've never taken this class before, I'm Emma, the Pilates and Melt instructor here. Welcome. So we're going to start seated on the chair. You can either sit toward the front of the chair, or if you want to have kind of a more sense of a lift, you kind of turn it to the point of the chair. You're just kind of sitting on the triangle corner of the chair. Good, and then just start by rubbing your hands a little bit. And then using your third and your fourth finger, let's do a little relaxation for the face. So you're going to put your fingers right on the temples and start rubbing. And then you move down to the jaw. And then just behind the jaw, kind of the soft area underneath the ear, behind the jawbone. And then go back to the jawbone. And then to the temple again. And then we're just going to kind of brush the face. And you can decide kind of what kind of pressure. I'm going to use a light pressure. You're going to start right at the hairline and just rub out 1, 2, 3. And right in the middle of the forehead, go out to the temples. 1, 2, 3. Right along the ridge of the eyebrows. 1, 2, 3. Right at the bridge of the nose, around the bottom, the ocular bone there. Go around 1, 2, 3. Right at the base of the nose, at the bottom of the cheekbones. 1, 2, 3. Right at the corner of the mouth, straight up to below the ears. 2, 3. And then right at the edge of the chin, around the edge of the chin. 2 and 3. Good, good, good. Let's just do a quick little massage of the arm. So just try to squeeze your bicep. Go around the back of the tricep, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Up and down a few times. Good. Then make a cup like a C with your hand. And you're going to go around the arm, starting at the elbow, working your way down. If you had siblings, this was a popular torture technique. All the way back up. And then back down again. Good. Then take your thumb and your middle finger right in the center of your hand, and the middle of the finger on the back of the hand. Just give it a little massage. Then maybe start making the circle bigger, go around the inside of the palm. And kind of go around to the thumb, up around the pad of the finger, around that pinky side, kind of a big circle all the way around. Good, and then you're just going to kind of hold the wrist and kind of pull out the finger and let your little pop. And then pull the ring finger out. Middle finger, pointer, and thumb. Good. And now go on over to the other arm. So kind of massage the bicep. Start working your way around the back of the shoulder to the tricep. Just kind of pinching the flesh there. Just kind of grab it and give it a squeeze. Doesn't have to be any kind of fancy massage technique. And then make that cup with your left hand and start cupping the arm. All the way around. You can turn the right arm kind of opposite to kind of maximize a little bit. Good, and then go thumb and middle finger, thumb in the middle of the hand, middle finger in the back. And just do a little massage. Start making it bigger. Go around by the thumb, up underneath the pads of the fingers, down the pinky side, around the bottom, just above the wrist and go around a couple more times. Good, and then starting with your pinky, just kind of hold it on either side, just kind of pull out, pop off a little bit. Good. And then just in that one more rub to finish, open your fingers a little bit so it kind of gets in between the webbing of the fingers. Good, nice. Now from where you're sitting, just open your legs a little bit so you can get your feet kind of flat. And you're going to bring your arms up behind your head. You can just let them support the back of your neck, letting your neck get traction here. And to start, let's just do like a side bend. So pretend that the back of your head and maybe your elbows are just an inch or so off the wall or pretty close to the wall. You're just going to do a side bend. Sliding right down the wall and then back up. And then side bend over the other way and come on back up. Now as you side bend to the right this time, as you side bend, use that right leg to give it a little push. So you feel a little energy pushing out that rib cage to stretch out that left side of the rib cage. And come on back up. And as you side bend to the left, push through that left foot a little bit. So now you got a little bit extra stretch in that right rib cage. Let's do 2 more of those. Pushing through the right foot to go up the left rib cage. Pushing through the left foot to go up the right side. And this should feel pretty good, especially if you've been hunched over your desk all day. Good, now you can use the legs if you want to, you don't have to. This is really more of a stretch of the upper body. I like to use the legs just because it adds a little something to it. We're going to make it into a half circle. So you're going to tilt to the right alongside that wall and then curl away and then come up to the wall and then all the way up. So down as far as you can on the wall, curl around, come to the wall on your left side and come on up. 2 more. And up, find that range. Stay against the wall as long as you can, the imaginary wall, come around, get to the wall as soon as you can, and up and let's reverse. Tilt to your left, down around, and up. Tilt, you can push through that foot if you want to get a little bit more into the rib cage, get your torso a little bit more involved. And last one. And come on up. Nice. All right. Now we got a little blood movement here. Let's move down to the floor. So if the chair is going to be in your way, you know, kind of push it aside. I'm going to turn this down so you can see the floor. All right. So let's start with a couple of roll downs here. So get yourself seated with your knees bent, your feet flat. And you're going to use your hands on your shins or on your knees to give you a little height, a little lift here, so that back is lifted. Good, and now you're just going to dial that pelvis back. So now we're going to kind of stretch that out. And you can let the hands hold on to the side of the legs, go down to maybe the waistband, and then come on back up, and then get lifted. So you want to feel like your pelvis is coming underneath you like a ladle. So you're nice and tall and lifted, and then you're going to scoop that pelvis underneath you, and you can hold on to the legs if you need to. And then come on back up, keeping that ladle underneath you until about here, and then you can lift up tall. Couple more. Let's make an inhale with it. So inhale, and start exhaling. And then inhale, up and lift, lift, lift. When you're all full of air, start exhaling again. Lift, lift, lift. And this last time, we're going to continue on down to the floor. Try to control yourself so you don't lose control and just slam down to the floor. So as you dial that pelvis underneath, you hold on to the leg if you need to. When you get to that spot where you want to fall, hold it, hold it, hold it, hold it, lower all the way down. Good. Let's bend the knees and let's continue to do a little bit more warming up of the lower back. And let's wake up the butt and hammies a little bit. So let's do a couple of shoulder bridges. So the knees are bent, the feet are flat. You don't want the feet too far away from you. You want them close enough, but not so much that they're kind of cranking the knee. So kind of adjust as needed. The arms are long, down the mat. You can wrap those shoulders open so you can try to pin your triceps down to the floor. And then you're going to tuck your pelvis. Again, that concept, that ladle, scooping. You're going to scoop, you get your lower back, press into the floor, and then lift up. And as you lift up and your waistband comes up, your ribs should still be down. And as you push up a little bit more, your ribs come up, your broad strap should still be down. And as you lift up, you'll get just above that. You don't want to come up so high that you're cranking on the back of your neck. But feel free to squeeze your butt to get this flat, to get those hip flexors flat. And now you're going to reverse it. Keep pushing the hips up as you soften in between your chest. As you curl down, the broad strap touches, the lower ribs are still up. As the lower ribs touch, the waistband is still up. And then that last bit of scoop, as you come down, you let that pelvis kind of go back into that neutral pose. And again, now that we know the process, we go a little tiny bit faster here. So tuck and push up over the tops of the thighs. Get a nice stretch over the top of the thighs and curl down. Let's add another stretch in here. So as you curl up, lift the arms up to the ceiling. Bring them behind you on the floor behind you. And feel free to kind of stretch them away from you. And now imagine where your wrists are. Imagine that your wrists are stuck to the floor there. So as you curl down, leave your wrists there. And that should give you a nicer, deeper stretch through your back. And then bring the arms up and back alongside, wrapping the shoulders open. Let's do one more like that. Tuck the tail, push up into a shoulder bridge, bring the arms up to the ceiling, and then back on the floor behind you. Feel free to kind of wiggle and stretch to get yourself as long as you can there. And as you come down, try to leave your wrists glued right to the floor where they are. And then bring the arms up and down, and again, wrap the shoulders open so that the triceps are trying to press into the floor. Let's add to this. Let's wake our butts up a little bit here. So, tuck your tail underneath you. I would scoot your feet a little, move your feet a little closer to each other. Just a little narrower. And then tuck your tail underneath you, push on up into your shoulder bridge. Arms come up to the ceiling and behind you. Good. Now you got to keep these butt cheeks really, really, really engaged. Bring the right knee into your chest, extend it up to the ceiling. Lower it down, level with the other knee, and lift. Lower and lift. Try not to drop that right butt cheek. And lift, 2 more. Lower and lift. Lower and lift. Bend the knee, put it down. Adjust your hips if they got away from you. Keeping those wrists on the floor, curl on down. Arms up to the ceiling, bring them back down. You want to bring them down every time because you want to remind yourself what it feels like to be constantly kind of wrapping them open. Feel those triceps press into the floor. And again, you're going to keep that narrow stance there. Tuck your tail underneath you, push on up. Bring the arms up to the ceiling and back. And again, keeping that pelvis pressed up to the ceiling, even and level as much as you can. Don't let that left butt cheek drop. Bring the left knee into your chest, extend it up. Lower it down level with the right knee, and lift. And lower, and lift. 2 more. Bend the knee, put it down, and start melting into the floor. Good, and right from here, extend your legs long down the mat. And let's do a roll up. So, bring the arms up to the ceiling. Lift the head, neck, and shoulders. And as you curl up, try to avoid jerking yourself up. Try to curl up, round over, and grab your feet or your ankles or your shins for a nice stretch. And then curl down, control. Think about trying to push through your heels away from you as you come down. That'll make it a little deeper in your legs. Fingertips to ceiling. Tuck your chin to your chest so you don't have your neck exposed here. And then curl up, rounding forward. And down. Now let's do 3 at tempo. So inhale, exhale up, and stretch forward and back down. And inhale, start exhaling up and rounding forward and back down. Last one, without any jerking, curl up, rounding, and curl back down. Nice. Let's do a prep for leg stretch. So I'm going to turn around so I can do my right leg here. How do you guys do your right leg? So let's just start with a simple leg lift. Leg comes up, leg goes down, up, down. Let's tilt this up a smidge. Good. Now, when you got it up as high as you can, and you've got it as straight as you can, let's just bring it across the body for a stretch. So as you bring it up and down, so try not to just let it fall over here, right? So as high as up here, as flat as it is, bring it across here. So as you feel like you're pulling it back toward your face, you get a nice stretch in your butt. Up and then down to the floor. Let's do a couple more. Lift it up as high as you can, as straight as you can. Keeping it straight, bring it across the body for a stretch. Back up and down. Let's do 2 more. Lift it up as high as you can. Hold it there, and then bring it across. Lift it up and down. Last time. Up, across, and down. Now, you really weren't using that left side of your body. It wasn't really moving as much. We're going to kind of keep with that. So let's bring that leg back up to the ceiling. Let's turn it out a little bit. This left side of your body is really anchored to the floor. And let's do some leg circles. So pull the leg across your body like you're trying to go towards your left shoulder. Bring it down to the floor, up and around. Across and around. If you have like a little pop in your hip, try to lengthen the leg away from you a little bit. And then reverse, go out. Scoop it around toward that left shoulder and around. Pretend like you have a little shot of whiskey on that left hip bone so you don't rock and roll. And then bring the knee in, give it a little squeeze. And then slide it down the knee. All right, let's do that with the left leg now. So, just start with a couple of lifts up and down. You're trying to find how far up can you lift it and getting it straight. Trying to really, if you're having trouble getting it straight, try tightening the quads. Sometimes that's the last little bit. It needs to get flat in the back. Good, now let's add the stretch across. So lift it up, across, back up and down. And go trying to get it as straight as you can. Lift it up, across, and down. Keep pulling it back toward your face so you get a nice butt stretch there. Couple more. Last one. Good, so get the upper body and the right side kind of cemented into the ground here. Left leg lifts up, pull it across towards your right shoulder, down to the floor and around. Pull it across and around. One more in this direction. And reverse. Good, bring the knee in, give it a little squeeze. Good, and then slide the leg down the mat. Bring the arms up overhead. Take an inhale and let your rib cage kind of blossom open. You can feel your back kind of lift off the mat a little bit. And then as you start exhaling, sink the back in, bring the arms up to the ceiling, and come on up and do a roll up. And stretch over your feet. Good, and let's do rolling like a ball. So move on now toward the end of your mat, and let's get into the shape here. So, the shape is heels together, toes apart, and then the arms kind of wrap around like you're holding 2 babies or big loaves of bread in your arms. You're holding the legs there. And the goal is to not be sitting up tall on your sits bone. You're supposed to be kind of scooshed back a little bit. So the easiest way to get into that is to pull the feet back a little bit as you curl back. Same concept as here when you were doing this. So pull it back to round back a little bit, pull it back until you've got it to the point where you can hold it up and lift it. Good. Now try rocking back and forth like an inch. See if you can hold that shape. If you're doing this, then you got to tighten up your belly. You're trying to rock back and forth, the whole thing in one shape, nothing changing. You're just rocking back and forth. Now, if you want to stay here, if this feels good, you can just rock back and forth here, or you can go to the tips of the shoulder blade, come up and balance. Tip of the shoulder blade, come up and balance, couple more. Pushing your legs into your hands to help you keep rounded. Last one. And stay right at the top, and let's go right into single leg stretch. So right into your chest, left, right, left, start curling down with control. And continue a few more. And bring both knees in. Lower your head down, turn your head side to side. Squeeze it down to your neck at all. Good, and the next one is double leg stretch. So you've got to curl up to get both shoulder blades off the mat with the idea that you're going to keep that, you're going to keep your eyes on the tops of your thighs the whole time, so you don't have your eyes drifting up to the ceiling, because that'll usually bring your head with it. Let's take an inhale. The arms go up, the legs go out. Circle the arms around and bring it all in. So just the arm circle. And again, inhale and exhale around. Try not to roll back in the upper body. Let's do 3 more. And lower down. All right, the next one is scissors. Hopefully some of that leg work we did a few exercises ago has got those hamstrings a little bit more limber. So extend your legs up to the ceiling. Try to get them as straight as you can. It's hard to see when you have your pants on, but try to get them straight. So really press through the heels. Really flex those toes back to help you find that stretch in the back of the leg. And then you're going to try to curl the upper body up. You can grab the back of the legs for a little help here. And then you're going to try to grab that right leg, hold on to it, and then push it away to help you lift up a little bit. Just get a nice stretch there. Then you drop that left leg down, and then pull it towards you. 1, 2, pulse, pulse. Grab the other leg, hold on to it, and then kind of hang from it a little bit. Push the leg away and hang so you can raise back stretch. And then pull it towards you, keeping the lift in the upper body. 1, 2, and switch. 2, 2. One more set. Bend and lower down. Turn your head side to side if you need. Good, now we're going to do a little different on the lower lip. You're going to make like a little triangle with your hands, and that's going to go underneath your pelvis. So this little triangle here will go underneath your pelvis. So your thumbs are kind of pointing toward the waistband, and your pointer fingers are kind of in a triangle towards your feet. Okay? And bring the knees into your chest and extend the legs up. So move your legs to a spot where you feel like you have both your thumbs and your pointer fingers have a little bit of pressure on them from your pelvis. So it's not like it's all on your thumbs, okay? So move it so it's kind of, that's your start spot. And you're going to lower down a few inches. And as you lift back up, keep that same pressure, especially on your pointer fingers. And then lower and lift. You're almost, you don't want to feel like you're sticking your butt out, but you also don't want to feel like you're jerking up and lifting off of your hands, if that makes sense. Couple more. It's not a really huge lower lift. It's really more about reaching away. One more. And bend the knees in. Okay, we're going to do a modified version of crisscross. If the concept is the same, you're trying to get into your obliques. Let me see the best way to show this would be. Let's okay. So we're basically going to do, instead of doing a twisting action here, like we usually do, we're going to do kind of a prayer hands. Because I want to see if you can try to find a squaring off of the shoulders. So if you start here in tabletop, and you have these prayer hands here in the middle, when you turn to your, I'm going to go to my left here. Doesn't really matter because we're going to do both sides. When I turn to my left, my natural inclination is to do this, right? So now my one shoulder's down, my other shoulder's up. Try to do this as you go to whatever side you choose. You square off so that now those shoulders are level, or as close as you can get. And then let's pulse up. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come on to center and down. It's super hard to get it completely level, but the more you work at making it level, the deeper it goes into your obliques. So let's try the other side. Whatever side you started with, let's do the other side. So yeah, if you let your tabletop, you want to give yourself a little boost here, you can grab on the back to give yourself a little height, and then get your prayer hands and choose your other side, trying to square off, and pulse up. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring your knees in, lower down. Nice, nice, nice. Extend your legs long down the mat. Arms go over your head, and again, take that inhale. Let your ribcage kind of blossom open. And let's not do a roll-up first. Let's just practice the exhale. So as you do your exhale, the shoulders sink, the ribs sink, the belly button pulls in and up, and everything becomes engaged in the torso. You should feel your arms get kind of dragged down a little bit when you do that, right? And now let's do it again, and then after you engage the torso, we're going to do a roll-up. So inhale, let the arms just kind of float away. The ribs can kind of blossom open, let them get a nice stretch in the front. Your back might have a little arch. And then as you exhale, the shoulders sink, the ribs sink, the belly pulls in and up, the arms start getting pulled down. Bring the arms up to the ceiling, and scoop to curl on up, and stretch over your feet. Good. Let's do a little spine stretch forward. So open your legs, not super wide, a little wider than your hips. And you want to pretend, this is one of my favorite analogies, you're going to pretend like you're sitting on the floor in your living room and your hands are on the coffee table, okay? Coffee table's measured just kind of setting on top of it. So you take an inhale, push your hands down into the imaginary coffee table a little bit to get a little more lifted. So now I almost feel like I'm sitting on the back of my thighs instead of sitting back on my butt. Take an inhale, and as you exhale, start pulling your rib cage away from the table as you slide your fingers forward on the table. So you have an opposition, right? You're pulling back with the ribs as you're stretching forward with the shoulders. And then pull the hands back, press your hands into the table to give you a little bit of height to lift you above the table. And now we're doing the same thing, but I'm going to turn sideways so you can see what your spine should look like. So you're not tilting forward too much. Hands are on the imaginary table. Big inhale. And start pulling the rib cage back as you start sliding your hands across the table. You have a nice rounded back. And then slide the hands back. Put a little pressure into the imaginary table to help you get tall as you lift up against it. Good. 2 more. Big inhale. Start letting the air squeeze out of you. Shoulders stay away but not up. So push them away from you but not up to your ears. And then get some lift as you come back up. 1 more time. Drop the chin. Reach forward. And come on back. Nice. Let's jump on to your all fours for a second here. I think I'll turn it this way so you can see a little bit better. So this is kind of an oblique exercise, a balance exercise. So let's start with the hands directly underneath the shoulders. And you want your legs pretty much like parallel. So kind of depending on how long your legs are, adjust them so that they're parallel. You don't want to have them like kind of out like this or like in too close. So have them just about like, looks like a number 11 there, okay? The back is flat, the back of the neck is nice and long in traction. And now you're going to lift up your right arm and your left leg, and you're going to try to not lean to your right when you do it. So right arm, left leg, and try not to do this over the side. Try to keep it lined up in the middle. So a lot of weight in your left hand. And then bring it down. Square yourself off. And then let's do your left hand and your right leg. Try not to lean to your left. And down. One more just like that. Hands are the hands directly underneath the shoulders. Legs in the number 11. Try not to lean to the right as you lift the right arm and the left leg. And down. And left arm, right leg. Try not to lean to your left. Try to keep the hips square to the ground. And down. Now, put the knees together. Put the hands close together. Whew, let's see how your obliques feel on this one now. Right arm, left leg. Yeah! Yes, it's a challenge. Keep the balance. And then down. If you're getting a foot cramp, feel free to flex your foot behind you. And then left arm, right leg, trying to keep it tight, tight, tight into that midline. Woo! And down, one more time each side. So the knees are together, the hands are only maybe an inch or so apart. Right arm, left leg. Woo! And down. Left arm, right leg. Try not to lean to your left. Good. And then walk your hands forward, open your knees, keep your heels together. Drop your butt down to your heels as close as you can, and then drop your head down for a child's pose. Good, and right from there, just walk yourself forward back onto your mat, onto your belly, with your arms out in front of you. And the arms can be kind of in a sphinx position, or you can have them rounded. But let's not have the upper body kind of collapsing here. So pull your belly up like you have a big belt buckle on, and dig your hands in like you're trying to pull the mat back. So you're trying to pull yourself forward in the mat. So you get a nice lift in your chest, a nice stretch through your abdominal wall. Good, then take that right foot, bend it, bend it, bend it, bend it, bend it, bend it, bend it. Try to get as close to your butt as you can. Pull it 1 inch closer. Ah, hamstring. Kick, kick, and then lower down. Keep pulling that mat back. Bend the left knee, get as close as you can, close as you can, close as you can. Now try to go inch further, and then kick, kick, and down. So try to get that same, hold that leg in, and when you do your kick, kick, so it's not just kind of flailing around like this. So you're going to bring it in, kick, kick, and kick, 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 kick. 2 more sets. Good, and lower down. Push on up to all fours. You cannot, if your wrists are starting to bug you, you can go onto your elbows. But I just want to practice the serratus push-up here. So the only thing you do when you do a serratus push-up is you separate the shoulder blades and you push them together. It's very hard to not get everything else involved. It's hard not to kink your neck and stick your chin forward or stick your butt back and arch your back. But try to just, from here, just find the sensation of just squeezing your shoulder blades around the spine and then pushing them as far away as you can. Try not to let the belly fall to the ground. Try not to let your nose and your chin try to touch the ground too. Couple more. Good, good, good. Now, let's go into either a full plank, or if that's too much on your wrists, you can go here. And the same thing, all you're doing is serratus. Trying to keep the spine long. If you can do it in your full plank, it's harder because it really makes your belly want to drop to the ground. 2 more. Last one. Lower down and go into child's pose. And good. Push your bottom into your heels and try to curl on up. And then come around. And let's sit with your legs open. I'm sorry. Legs together. Let's not do that one. Let's do this one. So your legs are together, feet are flexed. You want your big toe knuckles touching and maybe an inch space in your heels there. Okay. Let's do a little spine twist. Let's put your hands in a prayer position. One of the problems with spine twist is that people do it. They tend to do this. They tend to fling their arms, and they don't move the actual rib cage. So let's just when you have the hands here, it's a little bit easier. So nice and tall and lifted. And as you turn, try to bring the hands, the nose, try to bring it all around the corner. Exhale, exhale, exhale. Inhale back to center. Inhale, exhale, turn the other way. And try to keep it in the waist, try to keep the nose and the hands in the sternum lined up, and back to center. We're gonna do one more each side. I want you to notice your big toes. Are they doing this as you're twisting? If so, you gotta take it out of your legs and keep it up into your waist. And again, inhale, fill up with air, and then twist. Keep the nose over the prayer hands, and back to center. Get lifted, lifted, lifted. Big inhale, and exhale, twist. You might have one side that you can go farther on. This is definitely not that side for me. And back to center. Good, good, good. Okay, let's do another spine switch that's more of a stretch. So let's lay on your left side, facing me, whatever angle you are in your house, and lay on down. And you put your hands in that prayer position again. So your legs will be stacked on top of each other, and they'll be at like a 90-degree angle. They could be a little farther back, I guess, but let's go for a 90-degree angle. And the knees are even here, right? So if I was up against a wall, both my little kneecaps would be touching. So let's do a stretch here. And as I bring the arm up and over, I'm going to let that right leg, that top leg, let it slide back. So now the left kneecap is touching the wall, and the right kneecap isn't, my little imagination zone there, right? Because the right hip got pulled back. And then bring it back forward. And again, bring it open and let that right leg slide back. Get a nice stretch through the torso. And then back to center. Good, now this time, keep those knees glued together and keep them up against the wall. So now, as I bring this arm up, I can't touch the wall. I can't touch the floor behind me because I can't twist my torso that far. Maybe you can. I can't get if I keep my knees glued together here, my arm kind of dangles behind me. And then bring it forward. So you got to keep those knees glued together. I can see some of you. And keep pushing that. Push that right knee forward. Yes, that's it. Nice, and then bring it forward. Good, and right from there, take that left arm, bring it out so you can prop yourself up. The legs will go long down the mat. And that right hand will be here on the mat in front of you. And then you're going to kind of bring the legs forward so they kind of come off the front of the mat. And you want to have the hips stacked over each other so that the right hip is over the left hip. It's really easy for it to be kind of tilted back here. So it's a little bit easier if you put the hand pretty close to your chest and lean into it a little bit. That tends to keep them pretty stacked up. Good, now lift the top leg up, just hip height, and let's do front and back. So kick forward and pull back. You want to get fancy, you can point forward and flex. And that leg going back, it might go to the corner of the mat, as long as that right hip stays forward. So as you kick forward, as you pull back, keep leaning into that right arm so it doesn't let you tilt back. Couple more. And now this one, keep the leg back to that corner of the mat. Turn the leg internally. So you see how like my heel's leading now and my toes are down? And let's pulse up for 10. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Turn it parallel. Bring it forward. Turn the thigh to the ceiling. Point the toe. Let's try to lift up here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Back to parallel. One more set. So come back to the back mat here. And again, make sure that you're not arching the back and that this isn't tilting back. Keep pressing that hip forward. And from here, turn the thigh internally so your heel's higher. And let's pulse up for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Parallel, bring it forward, wrap the thigh, and pulse up. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Parallel, bring it back. In parallel, let's do your heel circles. So small little circles. 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold at the top and reverse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and set it down. Nice, nice, nice. Good. And let's just flip on over and let's do all the way to the other side. So now go down to your right side. Get your arm out in front of you, put your hands out in front of you. Knees are in that 90-degree angle. And let me get them stacked here. Mine aren't stacked here yet. Now they are. So get the left and the right knee up against that like imaginary wall, right? Right up against the wall. And for the first two, let's bring the left arm up and back. Let that left leg slide back so you can get that full stretch, go as far as you can. And then bring it up. And again, bring the arm up to the ceiling. Let that left leg slide back. So you're going into the hips and the waist. And then back up. Good. Now glue the legs together so that left knee is going to stay pushing forward. Bring the left arm up. Keep pushing that left knee forward. I can't even go far on this side. Let the arm just kind of dangle behind you. You can stretch that bicep. And then bring it forward. And one more time, bring it up. Keep that left knee pushing forward. And back. Nice. Bring the right arm up to prop yourself up. Lengthen your legs down the mat. Put that left hand pretty close to your chest so that you can use it to help keep your hips stacked when the legs come forward. So you're leaning into that left hand a little bit. Lift the leg up hip height. And let's do a front and back. Kick, kick. And as the leg comes back, don't let it, whoa, don't fall back. Kick, kick, and pull back. If you want to go fancy dancing, you can go point, point, and flex back. Two more. Good, now hold the leg back. Turn the thigh to the floor. Now your heel's high and your toes are toward the floor, and let's pulse up. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it parallel, bring it forward. Try to turn the thigh to the ceiling. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Try to put it in front of your belly button. 9, 10. Bring it back. One more set. So try to keep it in the back corner, turn the thigh down, and pulse up. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Parallel, bring it forward. So try not to have it here. Try to get it in front of your belly button. And then pulse up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, bring it back parallel, and heel circles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, hold it in reverse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nice. And let's roll onto your back. Put your right ankle onto your left knee. Put your arms down at your side. Move that left foot a little closer to you. And let's go into a shoulder bridge here. So you have to go into a shoulder bridge. So your butt is up. Let that right leg hang down. And then curl down and switch legs. Left ankle onto right knee. Move the foot a little closer to your butt. And then go into a shoulder bridge here for the stretch. And curl down. Let's uncross the legs. Move the feet away from you so you have a nice deep bend in the legs there. And let's go into our teaser. So arms up over your head. Again, remember, like it's okay if the arms stretch up and you have a little bit of a, a little bit of blossom here, but you can't come up in that. You gotta connect all this before you can move up. So as the arms come up, you're gonna come on up into your teaser, leave the legs down to start. And now extend the right leg and melt back down. And float on up. Extend the left leg, drop the right leg, and lower it. Float on up to the left foot. Extend the right leg, leave them both there. And as you curl down, bring the legs into tabletop. And right from here, go on up and do a full teaser. And you go down to the floor, and then one from the floor, and lower down. Nice. Bring your knees into your chest. Rock on up. Face me sitting in your mermaid position on your right hip. So stack your legs, like your little mermaid sitting on a rock. With your left hand, grab your shin, bring the right arm up, and bend over. And again, just like we did that work on the chair, think about pulling that rib cage out for a great, great, great stretch. And then come down, and oppositional stretch. Try to put that left butt cheek on the floor. And come up. And bend over. And opposition. Push that left butt cheek down. And come up, and let's switch sides. Now your right hand goes on your ankle or shin. The left arm comes up. And again, try to shift that left rib cage out as you bend up and over. And then come down for the oppositional stretch, pushing the right butt cheek down. And then come on up. One more time, shifting that left rib cage out to get a perfect stretch. And then the opposite. And pushing that right butt cheek to the floor. And come on up. Okay, my friends, you're done.